Just for the recording purposes, we're gonna give it a couple minutes before the class begins. But today we'll be talking about double bottoms and double tops, what they look like, um, and how to trade them and things of that nature, how to identify with them. Also, my apologies. I know I'm kind of late, a few minutes late. I've been sipping on tea all day, man, and it's got me relaxed. I almost fell asleep. Well, I was asleep. I didn't set an alarm. I woke up and I was like, "Ooh, class about to start."
So, Moody, I just need to tell you and let everybody know how you have impacted me this week. I started on Monday, one trade, one ticker, and I've been green the whole week.
Let's go. Let's
So I just
go.
wanted to let you know because you always give Jordan his accolades. I just wanted to give you yours. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. One trade a day. One trade a day. One trade a day doesn't mean you gotta buy one contract, you know. It
I've
just
been doing 3 contracts,
and that's
so I can
good.
be one runner.
And that's
What
amazing.
ticker symbol? What ticker symbol?
Look, believe it or not, they gave me the confidence to do SPY. And I disliked SPY before I went to the boot camp. I
Oh,
would not trade that.
Spy makes money every day for people, either
Yeah, but
down or up.
I used to get faked out on SPY. But then I started doing the Strat with Moody, still studying it, but
Me
that really
too.
helped
Me
me
and
out a
you need to
lot.
get together and see how much we know with the strat, because I just had a one-on-one with Moody today too, and I did his boot camp. So
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
we'll get together. We'll get together.
Yes,
What's your name in the Discord?
Lady TJ, or you'll see Tracy right now.
Okay, but in the Discord is Lady TJ.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If I can't find you, I'll just write in the general and just inbox me, because I'm about to put it in the general too.
I'm getting ready to hit you on the chat right now.
awesome.
Okay.
You love to see this. Man, that's beautiful. And that's how what I mean, just helping out in the community, and that's how you get better too. Like I had said it on live, when you start to show people what you know, or teach people what you know, you start to retain the information much more quicker. Yeah, that's amazing. I appreciate you, Tracy. Thank you so much for the love and the blessings and the appreciation. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm gonna be yawning. This guy been drinking tea all day, and I'm like new to drinking like natural remedies and stuff like that. And yeah, just super relaxed. Let me just go to the chat real quick. Yes, we can hear you. What's up, Moody? What's up, 22s? Watching, great topic, amazing. Wow, that was awesome. Absolutely. That testimonial was definitely awesome. I've been gone for months. What's the boot camp? Deborah. So the boot camp was here, I'll just pull it up so I could say it correctly. I'll be just talking from the top of my brain sometimes. Just to start it off, like the boot camp, it was something before I had went to New York to go see some family members. My brother was getting deployed, he's in the army. Um and just to go help out, friends and family, and like my cousins and stuff like that. And if I had time to meet up with anybody, I was just teaching people how to, trade options for free, and just, teaching financial literacy. So before I left, you know what? I don't even mind. I don't even mind. I'll just say it. So my time is getting limited. God has answered a lot of my blessings. I said blessings. I'm just tired. Don't mind me. A lot of my prayers, and me and my wife are having our first child, and she's pregnant. So I'm about to become a father, and I know my time's getting limited, and God had put it in my heart to just create a boot camp, like just just to help new traders, or you didn't have to be a new trader. Anybody that wanted to take their trading to like another level. So Jordan and I had put together a boot camp. It's right here, announcement. And the boot camp, I say, our business coaches told us is worth anywhere between $4,000 to $5,000. And they kind of got frustrated with us because we was like, oh, okay, cool. And we put it out for $97. But we thought that would be affordable. Not everybody has $5,000 or $4,000 just to invest into, education or something of that nature. And maybe my child put that in my heart. I don't know. So we had set up a little 5-day boot camp. I'm trying to scroll up to it. Right here, there it is. Thank you, God. And I think this was the first one we did. So we ended up doing one like back to back. But basically what it was a 5-day boot camp session, right? Because I just didn't have the time to do it. I'm gonna go to the chat here in a second. I see a whole bunch of people probably asking some questions. But let's just put together a 5-day boot camp session on just learning. So the first day we went over, it was an intro to the moderators. Me and Jordan just saying, how we were able to quit our jobs doing this and that we're full-time traders and things of that nature. And you could research us, just my name is Kelvin Franco. I go by MoodyBugz. But you could research me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and see how long I've been in the market or how long have I been talking about positive mindset or financial literacy, right? I always think it's important to do your research behind anybody that you're learning from, right? So you don't get bamboozled. The reason I say that because the pandemic happened, right? You have people doing taxes that don't know nothing about taxes. You have people doing certain things in life, right? That they're just learning and things of that nature, which is not wrong, you know what I'm saying? But it's always important to know who you're learning from and what you can learn from them and things of that nature. So that was like a little probably 20-minute talk. Then I'll just pull it up. I gave people a trading plan. I'm not gonna pull up the trading plan, but I had put something together. If I could find it, I think I closed it. I think I saved it because I found it one time right here. Let me see. It's just a good visual for people to see. Where is it at? Trading plans. I found it one time. I couldn't find it again. Let me see if it'll pop up. I know I had saved it, but I don't know where it's at in my computer. But long story short, yeah, so the first day we went over like how to create a trading plan, and I went over on basically teaching people how to size their positions and how much money you want to start with, or if you have a certain amount of money that you want to make, how much money you want to be trading with to make that, right? And not have to be trading all day or trying to wait for a crazy percentage to make the money that you want to, how you can make it within 10 to 30%. I had put together something a little, just really small. When I find it, I'll pull it up. And then also, I provided anybody that was in the boot camp with an extensive trading plan that I did not create. One of my mentors created that, which he is a multi-millionaire and he trades options. And he invests into the stock market. He works for the government. Like, I'm not gonna say what he does, but really great job. But basically it was a trading plan with rules, how much money you want to start with, different trading plans for trading options, trading equity, credit spreads and debit spreads. It's like 27 pages long. Like you can ask anybody that got it, like is worth, the trading plan itself is worth $97. Well, it's worth more than that to me in my eyes. But yeah, you know, I provided that for everybody, you know, just to give them something to go by, if nobody knew how to create a trading plan or something of that nature. That was the first day. My bad, I just got stuck. That was the first day. The second day was going over charting and homework. Like we did a little bit of charting that day. But you know, I had went over how to trade the market opening. I gave people my like market opening strategy. I see a lot of people that took the boot camp that are following it. And even if they're not following, they're noticing like, oh my God, this really works. You know what I'm saying? It works at least 8 times out of 10. The strategy on how to trade the market opening. Then I also went over high probability trade setups. And I'm saying but Jordan did as well, right? We went over high probability trading setups, and as well how to find those high probability trading setups, and what to look for and certain time frames to use to find these high probability setups. Then on Wednesday, we went over how to create a watch list, right? A thorough watch list without having to like, here I'll pull up trading views real quick, without having to look at your, right now it's on small account builders. And these are like all the stocks that I know that can build a small account. Instead of like me having to like physically go into each one of these stocks, since I trade the Strat, like how you could use this bot scanner while you're trading, or even to just create your trading, just to create your watch list. So we went over that. And then Jordan also went over a whole bunch of ways on how to create a watch list with using his profit calendar, using different types of scanners, and, you know, just implementing what you're looking for inside of the scanner and just looking at those specific stocks, right? So you don't be all over the place when the market opens up and you know what you're looking at. We did a Q&A. Then the fourth day, I'll explain the second boot camp, but then on the fourth day, the people that did the first boot camp, they was able to live trade with me. I live trade completely different than a lot of people. I used to live trade like everybody else did, but I started seeing where I wouldn't get frustrated, but it made it easier for me to help people. And then it made it easier for people to get into the trades where, you know, when you're live trading, most people, you know, everybody, right, wants to get their hand held and be like, hey, what contract did you go for? What expiration date? All right, cool, I'm gonna get that one. But I have the understanding and the understanding and overstanding that my account size may not be like yours, right? So if I'm gonna buy, you know, a ton of contracts at the money and the premiums are worth anywhere between the, you know, $125 or $200, I'm still able to buy a ton of them, right? Due to my portfolio size. But I know that not everybody is fortunate enough to do that yet, right? Because y'all will be. So what happened was I was just like letting people know, look, you can go for calls now on SPY. And I found that more effective because you don't get distracted anymore. You know, we're day trading and we're scalping, so you're gonna go for a weekly contract, right? But if I just say go for calls, your mind normally, you know, some people are asked, like, hey, what call are you gonna get in, right? But your mind, so you don't miss the move, is normally just gonna go and you're gonna pick a strike price that fits your portfolio. Like, hey, maybe this one, Moody's buying one that's at 125, but I went a little out the money and I bought one at 89 or $60, and I was able to buy a ton of those. And, you know, you're still gonna make the money that I'm making. You won't make the money that I'm making, but you'll still get the percentages or close to that percentage, right? Per se. So, you know, I did that and live trade with a couple of people. Luther went crazy and he's like, dang, man, you did it twice and I didn't take it. But it was amazing to see that too, right? Because it just gives me confidence and energy. But
Luther is hard on himself.
yeah, he is. He is. I think we all are at a certain degree, but we got to tone that down and not be our worst critics, right? Um, and then Jordan went over seasonality trading and how to use his profit calendar and just different seasonality swing trading strategies. And then on the fifth day, I was in New York. I had took a flight. Oh, yeah, I did jump on. And on the fifth day, on the first boot camp, what we did was um say like we had a class like this, but we allowed everyone else to share their screen, right? And help people trade. Like, was it you, Rosa, that was scared to that was scared to chart?
Yeah, that was me. I was hoping my internet would have went down.
Yeah, she was like, yo, my computer about to die. I don't know if I can, giving all these excuses, and we still made her like share her screen because it's more effective. Like, I do that on one-on-ones too, like where it's like, I would like to see what you're doing. That's what I haven't set the date yet, but that's what I'm gonna do for like a class that I do just for strictly for people that have been losing trades. Um, you know, I'm gonna allow them, they can even send me screenshots on how they're trading or how they're charting and things of that nature, and I'll give them my advice, right? Well, I wouldn't say advice, I'm not a financial advisor. My suggestions, right? On what I would do or what I would like to see, right? So every person had an opportunity to share their own screen, get on the charts and start charting however they would like, entries, exits, or trend lines, support and resistance, whatever the case may be. And it made them a little more comfortable with charting. And also they were able to get some suggestions from Jordan and I. And Rosa was one of the ones that, she was in charting, I believe, and like, it was intimidating for her, and she jumped on and like started applying her support and resistance line. And we were patient. It didn't matter how long it took you. If it took you 5 minutes to draw one line, it took you 5 minutes to draw one line, right? But long story short, I believe that a lot of people seen a lot of success with their trading and things of that nature as well from the boot camp, but that was the last part. But also, so what you got out of there is everything that I spoke about. You got an extensive trading plan. You also got the profit calendar for free for a month. And you also got Jordan's courses for free for a month, I believe. Oh yeah, and then how can I forget? I also gave everybody the only book that I started from beginning to end. And what the only book that I think that you really need to read to understand the market. All these other books are great. I've read plenty of them, but I didn't finish them. I probably heard like maybe a paragraph or like 2 pages of the book listening to it. And, I kind of understood what they were talking about. And it was a lot of positive affirmations and things of the market. And since I already knew about it, I'm just someone where it's like, if I understand something and understand it, and I know what it is, I'm not going to continue to study it. Like I'm gonna study it, but I'm not going to go read a whole book on it and waste my time on that, right? Maybe I'll do that to build my confidence if my confidence level is down or something of that nature. So yeah, we provided that book. And the second boot camp was the same way as well. It was just the fact that that Thursday was my wife's birthday, and I already had planned a trip to take her to Miami for her to relax. And I just couldn't live trade. I had to just make sure, like, my wife was telling me, like, go ahead and do your thing, but she's very supportive. So I had to support her and just let her know, like, hey, no, I'm saying we can do that some other time. Like, today's your day, it's your week. And on top of that, a lot of people wanted the boot camp, and that was her birthday week, right? And she also told me, like, don't worry about it. We're going to Miami anyway, so go help people. It's okay. So yeah, that's all. That's what it was. Just that. I'm not gonna just sit here and just ramble, but I think a lot of people, anybody that
I think I missed the book part. Where can I get the book? I was in
Yeah,
the
which
first
book's
one.
that?
I heard what you said. What you said, Oscar?
I ask, what book is that?
Oh, hi, you want me to tell you the name, huh? You was in the boot camp.
Well,
Oh.
I had missed. Well, I had.
No, I'm
well,
joking. I'm not that type of person. I'll give you.
I think I had missed. I think I had missed that part. Is it still in the boot camp where we can access it?
Yeah,
The book?
it's still in the boot camp. I'll send it out to you. Just send me your email and I'll email it to you or text it to you, whatever the case may be. The book, I just gave it to Jay the trader that we have in here. So let me look at our message so I can say the complete name. So the book is this book right here. It's called The Major Candlestick Signals. 12 signals to master any market. Here, I can do you a favor. I'll do y'all a favor. Let me just stop sharing my screen because I don't want to show my whole email. Just be patient with me. Let me go to my email. I'm gonna go to my email and I'm gonna just drop it in the Discord. Y'all can have it. I'm not that type of person where it's like, oh, you gotta pay me for this. Nah, like it was just something we was doing for the boot camp. And whenever I do something in life, I always give more than what you expect or more than.
Are you gonna put it in the boot camp? The boot camp number 1 and boot camp number 2?
Yeah, I could do that, or I could just drop it in a general chat for everybody. But I'll do would you like me to put it there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Let me just get into my email real quick. And then we'll be getting the class. All right. Let it load up real quick. It's kind of loaded. Oh man. Ooh, I gotta go stretch. Can y'all see my screen right now? No, right? Hopefully not.
No.
All right, cool. Give me a second. And my mentor was the one that gave me this book. Look, and I'll do y'all a little quick. Let me just give me another second. I'm gonna pull up another part of my email. I'm gonna give y'all like a little quick, like bloom, bloom, like oh snap. It's just loading up. Just give me 1 second. I already found the book, but I'll do a little surprise. Like I say, I always do more than what I say I'm gonna do. If this thing wants to hurry up, I don't know why it's going so slow. All right. All right, just loaded. So give me a second to go through my email real quick. Oh, there it is. Is this one? Yeah, it's this one right here. All right, and all right, I'll show my screen real quick. Zoom. I promise I'm gonna go to the chat, my bad. As soon as I finish showing this, I'm gonna go to the chat. All right, let me know if y'all can see. Somebody let me know if y'all can see my screen.
We see it.
All right, cool. So this is the book right here, right? It's called, and I'll drop it. I'll just remind me, but I'm not gonna forget when I'm done with the class. I'll drop it in the general chat for everybody and then in the boot camp. But it's called the Major Candlestick Signals, 12 Signals to Master Any Market, bearish or bullish or a consolidating market. And basically, this book is gold to me, right? It tells you like the little basics of like, you know, Japanese candlesticks and the opening and close. Like, of course, it's gonna try to talk to you about majority of those things. And then it just starts talking to you about actionable signals, right? What are actionable signals and what are you really, really looking for in the market, right? And, you know, it tells you like the difference between like a doji star versus a long-legged doji and what it represents and things of that nature, right? Like I always stress about you want to learn what the candlesticks are, and it'll tell you exactly what's going to happen, and understanding where you want to find some of these candlesticks at for a reversal or a continuation. You know, a gravestone doji and things of that nature, it gives you a picture on like how you want to find them so you can catch the reversal, right? And you know, this is how I found, like, let me scroll up real quick to like the index part right here. I mean, the table of content, but you know, it just tells you all of these right here. And you know, when I first started reading this book, I just grabbed a few. I didn't try to like learn each one of these, right? I grabbed a few. Once I learned it and understood it, I went to another one, right? And like my favorite ones, like I speak on today, is the morning star, the evening star, the shooting star, which is an inverted hammer. But the shooting star is an inverted hammer, but it's on top of an uptrend, right? Coming back down, losing the bull losing momentum, right? Inverted hammer, right? Hammer signals, right? And things of that nature. These are like the major candlesticks that you want to know. Like, I guess that's why it's so simple for me with that in the strat to trade, right? Because if anybody was on that interview with Rob Smith and I, you know, he even said it, like the strat makes it very easy and simple to trade, but we're also looking for actionable signals, right? So these are basically all actionable signals, right? And I myself, if you want to know, like if somebody knows certain things, or if you should be learning from them, like test them, read this stuff, and just be like, hey man, what is a bullish engulfing? As soon as they tell you a bullish engulfing, what it is, and you see that it did not break the high or the low, if you don't mind, I just don't want to disrupt everybody else, and I don't want my train of thought to go out the way. Can you please mute yourself, the person in the background, if you're not speaking? But feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions. But yeah, you know, you can ask like, hey, what is a bullish engulfing? Or you may see a trader say, hey, there's a bullish engulfing, right? We had a trader that used to be in here always calling bullish engulfings or bearish engulfings, and nobody caught it, but I'll go to my channel and be like, this is a bullish engulfing, because it will aggravate me, because I don't like people that lie or act like they're doing something and that's not what you're doing. You know, I take pride and passion in teaching people, and you know, and trading. I love it, right? So that girl always used to say this is a bullish engulfing, and I'm just like, well, it didn't break the previous high and the previous low. What are you talking about? That's not a bullish engulfing. You're talking to somebody that really studies this, right? So, you know, I love this book because it tells you exactly what it is. It gives you a description. On top of that, it tells you the criteria that it needs for you to perform the trade, right? And just to show you, is like, you know, you got this one, which is a hammer, right? Letting you know where you want to find a hammer. Candlesticks going down, bottom of downtrend, reversal back up, right? This is a bullish hammer. This is more of a bearish hammer. But if you go to the criteria, it's like, it's going to tell you the definition of it, right? The description of the hammer, but then it's going to tell you the criteria, like 3 to 4 criteria. And I'm going to just read this one. It says, the first one, the lower shadow, right? Shadows or wicks. The lower shadow should be at least 2 times the length of the body, right? This is 2 times the length of that body. This is 2 times the length of that body, right? So the second one, it says the real body is at the upper end of the trading range, right? The upper end, the body of the candle now, not the wicks, but just the body of it, right? And that's why I always say you want to draw support and resistance on the bodies of your candlesticks. Your targets are the bottom of the wicks or the top of the wicks, or they're your entry points to enter your trade, right? So it says the real body is the upper end of the trading range. The color of the body is not important, although a white body should have slightly more bullish implementation, right? Letting you know that they're both bullish, but this one is going to be more bullish. Why? Because this one's going to be green and this one is red, right? So whenever you're looking at black and white candles, always remember that the black is are bearish. They're the red candles, and the clear ones, the white ones, will be the green candles, right? And then the third thing says there should be no upper shadow, no upper shadow, no upper shadow, or a very small upper shadow. So now I could break this down for you guys. This is a hammer, right? With no upper shadow. Now, if you see an upper shadow on it, like a wick, just a small wick above it, that is now a pin bar, right? But you can, they correlate. They're basically the same thing. It's just a terminology. Bless your heart. Give me 1 second to turn my wife here. Let me just. Hey, I'm gonna let Bronx out. All right, well, just come to the room and come. All right. So, where were we? Yeah, you know, so things of that nature, and yeah, it has everything, like everything that you want to know. It has it all in here, and it's not a long read at all. So you could be able to read it and then understand dark cloud covers and read the criteria and like really understand this, right? So yeah, I'll drop it in the general chat for everybody. Let me delete this, and then I'll just show y'all this real quick. I ain't gonna go through it too much, but this was sent to me back in like 2016 from my mentor, and it says, I have sent you my trading plan. I don't expect you to understand it all. Understand all of it. Trust me, some of it I'm still new on. I have identified the things that are advanced. Don't look. Thank you. Don't look at those until you really are comfortable trading stocks. Right? Don't be looking at stuff that you can't understand. Look at the basics and the simple things. Once you start understanding the basic and the simple things, let me go see who is this, because I could hear all that background noise. I'm gonna just mute everybody because I don't know who it is. But if y'all need to unmute yourselves, y'all can go ahead and unmute yourselves. So really, where was I? Trading stocks, red years, maybe never. You don't have to make money. This plan I'm estimating took 3 years to get to the point where I am at now. And I spent a couple of grand to learn. This plan is followed, and this plan, if followed, will work for you too, right? And it goes for y'all too, and will cut the time to get good, right? It will shorten your learning curve. If you don't understand a term, don't be afraid to Google it. And like I told people in the boot camp, this is just my mentor, right? He's not gonna tell me, if you don't understand a term, don't be afraid to ask me. I could ask him, but we don't want to waste each other's time when I have a mind of my own and I have Google and YouTube and I can go research. And if I don't understand the research that I'm researching, now I could go ask him a question, because I'm going to have better questions to ask him, right? Instead of just saying, hey, how do I enter a trade? You know, I could have Googled that. And if I still didn't understand, now I could go ask him like, hey, no, I understand it, but having this kind of difficulties, right? Wealthy people, because he is very wealthy, they love to help people, but they love to help people that help themselves, right? So term, don't be afraid to Google it and go off and learn about it, right? If it's in my plan, you can count on it. You can count on it being important. When you have digested what I have given you, let me know if you have any questions. You see how he did that? Research first, then come ask me questions, right? So I'll just show you it real quick. I'm not about to go through it. So literally, initial goals to make $100, 8 trades, medium goals, long-term goals, right? And his ultimate goal is basically to make $1,500 to $2,000 a week, or $6,000 to $8,000 a month. using 8 trades a month, right? Literally general rules on what you want to do, telling you how to start. I'm gonna just scroll all the way through it, but it's like super, super long. Letting you know what he's looking at, what he's gonna be trying to find. I'm just trying to scroll down to like other, like, it's all important, but it's telling you how to buy and sell orders. Like he's using TD Ameritrade, which that's what I use, TD Ameritrade, and telling you how to buy it, how to sell your contracts, how to execute buy orders or sell orders, general rules for positioning, sizing.
I thought you used Trading View.
I use Trading Views to chart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
we went over that in our one-on-one.
My bad.
Well, I love you, Rosa. You too lit. So, call strategies and things of that nature, execution rules, what you want to have, and things of that nature. That's all I'm going to show. But yeah, it's like super, super long. It has things about how to trade equities, how to trade credit spreads, debit spread, everything that you want to know about options is in there, right? But whenever I do like boot camps and stuff, that's when I give it to people and things of that nature. So let me go into the chat before I start the before I start this class. Oh, y'all just saying congratulations, man. Oh, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, appreciate it. You will be an amazing dad. Appreciate it. I believe I am. Congratulations. I am a father as of 2 months to tomorrow. Wow, congratulations, bro. Congratulations, Bill. That's amazing, bro. Maybe me and you need to talk. You know what I'm saying? So you can help me out with my process. Dang, I really need to stretch. Ugh. Let me see. Tracy says boot camp is worth it. I agree. It should have been more money. I try to make it affordable. Fry Daddy, what it do? Moody's family going from a 2 to a 3. Creation, baby. That big number 3, right? Yeah, man. Do you ever personally trade 0 DTEs? Yeah, I don't do it all the time, but yeah, with SPY and stuff like that, yeah, I do. They give you great percentages. I just scout 0 DTEs. I don't day trade it. And when I say scout, it's like in and out. It's like, my trade is going to be anywhere between 2 minutes to about the longest. I don't even want to say 15 minutes because that's not a scalper. But like, about 15 minutes. Yeah. When I'm doing 0 DTEs. If I'm day trading, day trading to me is more so like anything between 15 minutes to about an hour or 30 minutes. That's what a day trade is. Yeah, I would. Blockchain says, that's Rosa. She says, yes, I wasn't charting at all, laughing my butt off. The group was hyping me up. Which book is this? The book, I think I just went over it. Yeah. Thank you for breaking it down. I would love to know more. Absolutely. Just DM me. Oscar ain't playing. He said, yo, here goes my email. I copy and paste it. Because I will forget it. I'll try to find it though. What I know is in this notepad thingy. Oh, there it is. Oh, it just left. You bummer. Let me see if I can find it again. Where did I click? There it is. My computer be going slow when I'm on the Zoom thing. Open. Yeah, there it is. I showed you. Oh my God, there it is. Here, let me just copy and paste that here. I remember you, Oscar. the body of the candlestick should be used for support and resistance, but the entries and targets should use the wicks per Moody. Yeah, absolutely. Where do I find the trading plan? Is it available to the team? No, it's not available to the team. And I'm gonna be really strict about that. Cause I'm really just nice and I just give it out. Just like I'm gonna give out the book. I'm not gonna do that. I hold it dear to my heart. And it's not that I'm trying to sell it or anything. It's just, it's my mentor. And you know, if I do something and want to give it out, then you know, but yeah. No, it's not available for the group, but it's available for the boot camp. For people that do the boot camp, or if I create another course, or if I decide to do another boot camp. But yeah, I went over this that I had just set up real quickly before I had started boot camp, and I was trying to teach people like, all right, I was like, you know, not coming down on any other trader, but just trying to get people to realize like you don't have to shoot for 50%, you don't have to shoot for 100%, right? If you're doing that, that's just because you don't have that many contracts, right? And you're trying to take as much money as you can out the market, but that's also being greedy, right? Because it'll reverse, but it's easy, super easy to make anywhere between 10 to 30%, right? So if you want to make $100, you should be trading with $1,000, right? Because 10% is going to give you $100, but you won't be able to trim, right? Because you're trying to make $100, right? That's the goal, is just to make $100. So your goal is to make $100. Now you start scaling up, right? Now you start using $2,000 to trade and you make 10%, right? You trim, you could trim, or you could just take your profits at 10% at $200, or you could just trim it and take about $100, or, you know, like $150 and leave some runners to get you to about 15 to 30%, and then get you some more money. Or you could just trade, you know, $3,000 and make $300 at 10%, right? Same thing, $4,000, $400, $5,000, $500 at 10%, right? So at 20%, you're making $1,000, right? So what I was teaching people is like, yeah, we are shooting for 10 to 30%, but if you're learning from me, I want to help you build discipline, right? And I'm going to get you to take your profits if you want to. It's totally up to you. Take your money at 10%. You take your money at 10%, you're like, yo, but we can hit 30%. We know we're gonna make 30%. Okay, that's not the goal right now. The goal is to build discipline, right? Because look at what you're telling me. You're telling me, hey, but we can hit 30%. You're being greedy again, right? The way you are off the charts, that's how you're gonna be on the charts. And we don't want to blow accounts, right? We're trying to grow the account, right? We're trying to build discipline, right? So that's what I tell everybody. Go ahead and take your profits at 10%. And you're gonna say, well, we could do 30%. I'm gonna tell you, well, you could get back into the market and make another 10% or 15% and get it to 30%, right? But let's go ahead and make the money that we need to make. Why? Because $300 to $500 keeps that 9 to 5 away. $300 is shy from 100K. $400 is a little over 100K. And then $500 is like 123 around there. And I developed that because, you know, I was getting annoyed like hearing certain people not know what they're talking about and be like, oh, well, you can make $100 a day and you'll make this much money. And I'm like, bro, did you do the math? Or you like, no, you can't make $100 a day and make $100,000. That's if you're trading with 365 days. We don't have 365 days, and still you won't make 100K. Like, numbers are numbers, they don't lie, right? So then I also told people, like, you know, when people do certain things with me or ask me like, hey, how much money should I start with, right? You know, you could start options with anything. I don't tell anybody to start their options account with $300 or $500. Why? Because I've been there before. I know I'm going off of my experience. I blew that before, starting an account at $300 or $500. I blew it, right? Because you're going to over leverage. You know, why? Because if you're following the strategy, like, you should be like, your account size literally tells you how much you could be trading, right? You should be trading anywhere between 10 to 20% of your account, right? More riskier people that are more advanced with trading, they might just trade with 30% of their account, right? Because they know, like, hey, I have a stop loss, I'm not gonna lose 30 grand, or I'm not gonna lose like this much money. I'm gonna make sure I don't. But long story short, now I got sidetracked. Yeah, you could do that if you're a little bit more riskier and you know what you're doing, right? But you know, you got $4,000, you could be trading with 10, when I even put it like 25%. I didn't even want to go to 30, right? You use anywhere between 400, and I would tell people with 4,000, you can use anywhere between $400 to $1,000 a trade. Make you $100 a day, keep growing your account, right? To somebody that may not sound right. They'd be like, man, but I want to make more money. But if I could get you to make $100 a day, right, for the next 60 days, that's $6,000, right? If I could get you to make 250,000, I said 250, $250 a day for 60 days, that's an extra $15,000, right? So now your account's at $15,000 plus what you just had, right? So that's like $19,000. Now you can start trading with like $5 grand. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. It's about compounding your interest and not trying to become rich overnight, not trying to become wealthy overnight. That's not how it happens, right? And if you do this and you follow these strategies that I was speaking on the boot camp, or just even speaking on now, right? What happened is a snowball effect. You'll wake up one day, like in the next like 180 days, and you'll be like, yo, my account's really here? Oh my God, you know, because you was thinking day by day. You wasn't thinking, let me make $1,000 today, right? And what do you want to do with that? You want to brag about it because you made $1,000 and then you're gonna lose that $1,000 tomorrow for not knowing what you're doing and over leveraging and just being excited because you made money? Or do you want to gain some discipline and make that consecutively, right? Because there's traders out here that show you like, yo, I just made 10K today, right? But let's see how they week went. They gave all that money right back to the market, but they're not going to tell you that part, right? So it's all about building that discipline and things of that nature. Oscar, I got you right here. I'm gonna drop it. I might email it to you, but I'm gonna drop it in the Discord anyways. So does anybody have any questions about what I just said before I start talking about, dang, I opened up a whole bunch of them, look, dang. I guess I did find it. Let me see how many I could delete, close, there we go. Does anybody have any questions on what I just spoke about before we start talking about double bottoms and double tops? Because I was literally gonna be on here for an hour and an hour already just had passed. What's up?
Yo, Moody, is there any double bottom, double tops
Hold
for
on,
the
bro.
reason why
My
you
bad.
got into your trade?
Hey, just give me 1 second. My wife got a question.
Sorry.
What? You funny, man. I love you too. Get out of here, bro. My bad, bro. My wife over here playing games with me, dude. What were you asking, BW?
I was gonna say, is any of the things that you're gonna kind of go over today apply to the trades that you made the last week, or the ones that you're swinging?
That's a good question,
Like,
but I highly doubt it.
or was it completely different entry? Yeah, because you're going over double bottom, double tops. I was just curious if that there's a actual visual for the trade that you're in about it, but if not, it's okay.
No, I wasn't going off of double bottoms. I trade the strap, bro. So I'm not even looking for patterns all the time. It's if the pattern's right. I'm not always looking for patterns. It's just I trade patterns too, but it's not like I'm still correlating it with the strat, right? Like I see this, I'm gonna say PMG, right? But then I see a head and shoulders. Do you see the head and shoulders in here?
I do see the head and shoulders.
Yeah. So
But the PMG is not just one candle, right? It could be multiple candles that take out all the previous pivots.
Yep, absolutely. It's just
Okay.
how it's described. Yeah, it's just how it's described. Sometimes it'll be one candlestick, like
Yeah, that's my favorite.
yeah, facts. Like for instance, box that I'm in, majority of all the swing trades that I've been in this week, it's been off of a PMG, right? And yes, there's a double bottom in here on the box trade, right? So going into like what you were saying, can I correlate it with the stock that I've been trading myself? Yes, but I wasn't looking for that, right? Now that I know I'm talking about double bottoms, I'm just very honest, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, oh, I seen a double bottom and I caught that, da, 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 da. That's why I don't like talking about the market too much when it's closed, because anybody can lie to you. Anybody can say, oh, this and this and this and that. Why? Because the moves already happened and you've seen it, right? And that's why I like talking like live when it's happening, because I like to blow people's minds. Like I do it all the time. Like when I'm giving Rosa a a one-on-one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rosa. Anything that I tell her is about to happen in the market, it literally happens. But yes, like right here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But also we had seen a candle forming today when me and you were talking. So, and you was like, you know, that it was, I guess it was doing what it was supposed to do.
You talking about the selling pressure candle?
Yeah, what question were you asking me? I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't asking you a question. I was saying you could correct me if I was wrong, if I was lying or something.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, you good.
I just wanted to interrupt, you know me.
I swear I love your energy. Real
Okay,
quick before I keep, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, just because like yeah, that was the one thing because on Google when you're looking up PMGs, they always have that example of like one taking out those legs. So I've always been like, dang, that PMG already happened. So I didn't know that it could continue. That's why that really helps out a lot now when people are talking about it now, because I always thought it was just one impulse candle taking out all those legs, but it can only be one.
Nah, so and I'm gonna show you here in the chart. Let me just read these questions real quick so I can get off. D says there are 255 days in the trading day calendar. $100 a day will make you $25,000 annually. Yeah, correct. That's 100% correct. Will there be another boot camp? I don't know. God just gotta put it in my heart. I'm pretty sure there will be. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I already created another boot camp, and it's basically a Strat boot camp, just teaching the Strat. But you know, I had a one-on-one with somebody yesterday, and they was just telling me like how great I am at teaching, and like I should be going to universities and teaching this, and like schools. And she was just telling me like, continue to do this boot camp. It's really gonna help people. You know, I went to your first one and your second one, and I learned more from the second one, you know, and things of that nature, right? But she did take the first one, and things of that nature. Can you see a PNG?
Well, I wonder what was so different about the second one, because I was thinking about doing the same thing too, but I said, nah, they're gonna teach, you know, the same thing. Hopefully, be fair.
No, you should have been in the second one because I was in the second one and they tore it up.
The second one,
Damn.
to be honest, to me it was better. Because I remember me saying like, dang, I didn't tell the first one this. Dang, I didn't tell the first one this. So I'm just an honest person. That was my first mentorship boot camp that I created, right? So anything that I do again afterwards is always gonna be better. It's always like anything that I've done. If I do it the first time, it's gonna be great. If I do it the second time, it's gonna be better. If I do it the third time, it's gonna be better than all the ones that I did. Because I just try to be better. Can you see a PMG coming, or do they just happen? Yes, you can see a PMG coming, and that's exactly what I was about to show BW. So, real quick, so I don't forget, we're talking about double bottoms and double tops. So yes, right here, there was a double bottom, right? The double bottom, and I really don't want to delete this chart. I can, my alerts won't delete this straight. It's because I'm still swinging this. Whatchamacallit, but I'll put my lines back up there. So a double bottom, and let me use this, and I'm gonna get straight into this PMG because that's what it's gonna fall into. This is what you call a double bottom. That first wick drop right there, and this one, right? You can also look at that one right there, like this bottom, like this wick versus this one, right? And I just saw that one right now, and I wanted to, it's great that I seen this so I could be able to explain it. When you see double bottoms, they're not going, like 9 times, well, I'll say like 7 times out of 10, they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be like this one. Let me just delete it so you can be able to see it, because I know I drew it out so your eyes can see it. These two right here are basically perfect. This is a spinning top doji. Oh, well, it's not a spinning top doji. I just compared two candlesticks together. You can look at that as a doji, or you can look at that as a spinning top, right? I'm gonna look at it more so as a spinning top, and this one is a doji, a long-legged doji, right? These two green candles, let me put a line right there so you can see. Oh, let me turn off this magnet. and bring it back down here because it's not gonna allow me to do it perfectly. Boom. You can see double bottom, right? But this right here is the double bottom that I saw, right? Because it's not always gonna be perfect like that, but that is a double bottom. To me, is more so like a triple bottom, right? 1, 2, and then 3, blast off, right? Into the PMG, right? But the one that my eye is seeing the most is going to be this red candle with this wick low right here, and then the body low of this candle. That's because that's how I normally see them all the time, right? It's just like you caught this double bottom, double bottom, double bottom. It didn't play out as it should have. Well, I'm not gonna say as it should have because patterns are subjective. Just because you see a pattern doesn't mean it's going to play out that way, right? So that's the double bottom as well, but I don't really like that one as much, right? I like this one as a double bottom, but it rejected it, right? Double bottom, one bottom, 2 bottom, and it went right back to the support, right? Before I keep speaking on double bottoms and double tops, just to make it click for BW, like depending on the time frame that you're on, it's gonna look like one candlestick, right? One, I think you used the word impulse candlestick. It's gonna be like 1, right? But if I take it to a weekly, you may not, I may not be able to see that on a weekly. Let me see. Nah, you're not gonna see that. I see a morning star on the weekly, right? A gap up off the morning star. But that's why I use a lot of different time frames. You probably see it on a 5-day. Nope. So let's take it to a 3-day. Almost, right? You can see the PMG right there, but almost, but it still took a couple of candles, right? On smaller time frames, you'll see it like this, and this is what BW is talking about. Let me close this too. All right, like right here, it says pivot machine gun. That's what a PMG stands for, pivot machine gun, right? Consecutive higher lows or higher highs, right? So long story short, we had a couple of consecutive ones, and one candle takes it all out. Normally, one candle does take it all out, but a lot of times of me trading PMGs is normally, depending on the time frame that you're looking at, wrong thing. Depending on the time frame that you're looking at, is going to be, you know, a couple of those candles, right? So if we go, and I like one of my favorite time frames is the 4-hour. Like that's why I speak on it a lot, right? Let me take it to the 6. Oh, I'll leave it on the 4-hour. And we had entered in, I believe, yeah, it was on this candlestick, this green one, and it went down on us, right? I still didn't get out because I had placed my stop loss a little lower. I don't want to lie to you guys because I deleted the lines, so I don't remember right now where I placed my stop loss. But I know I had it lower than this, so it didn't stop me out. And then the next day, boom, right? Reversal, 2-2 reversal back to the upside. Your PMG is this. One low, another one here. All of these, every single one of these candlesticks are PMGs. Let me turn on my magnet so it can be perfect. Every single one of these are targets and PMGs to get you all the way back up there, right? So as you see, bro, it took the whole week basically, right, to take out that whole entire PMG. But it also took the whole week because Box is not, this is a small account builder, right? Box does not move rapidly. Like, you know, look at a day, at a daily chart, right? It's always important to know your daily change or your 5-day change. And I'm gonna just start right here and just look right here. You can look at the high and lows and see that it gave more of the move that it's showing, but this day only moved open and closed at $1. This day, 7 cents. This day, 15 cents. This day, 48 cents. So that's why I stood in the trade, because I knew I needed more time to let it play out, right? Because if I take it to my weekly chart, right, my weekly is going to give me my 5-day change, right? And I'll show you another way you can see your 5-day change. But we gapped up, and I knew that we had this target, and I knew if we stood over right here, that's why I'm still swinging. If we stood over this target, this last white line, which we're over it, I knew that we can have the opportunity to mirror this candle, right? For this candle to grow up a little higher and probably take us all the way to like 29. I said 29.50 to a couple of people, but it'll take us at least to about $30, 30.11, right? And we bought all the way down here at basically the low at like 25.45. And we actually bought lower than that, right? Because it ended up gapping up on one of the days. So yeah. Let's talk.
How did you sorry to cut you off, but how did you interpret that was going to be a double bottom? Did you use the RSI right there? Because you said that candle wasn't filled and then you were actually down on that trade. So how did you know that was going to be a double bottom? Like that's where it's going to end.
I didn't, and if I told you I would, you could have just rewinded this recording and you would have seen that I was a liar. I didn't go off of the double bottom. I just saw it when I jumped on.
Oh, you're right. My bad. My mistake. I totally slipped my mind. Sorry,
Nah,
my
bro,
bad.
I love that because it just shows my honesty. Nah, but I see a double bottom right here, right? One bottom, two bottom, blast off. Just like you see one bottom here, two bottoms, blast off. Right? A double bottom is a bullish reversal. A double top is a bearish reversal. A triple bottom, just like we're seeing one bottom, two bottom, three bottom, is a bullish reversal as well. A triple top is a bearish reversal, right? So those are the things you want to keep in mind. And do y'all want me to go to a certain chart, or BW, would you like me to go to a certain chart to start talking on double bottoms?
Yeah, let's let me grab one just off the top of my head. Let's go to let's do, can we look for two is just continuation. Let's just do Microsoft.
I never said I made 50K. Just talking to Dennis, I'm just going in here and said this is the trade you made 50K on and continuing, right? Nah, I made 17K, and that was consecutively on bots, Twitter, DBX. Yeah, it was a multiple of them. And that's why I don't like talking about my money, because then I have other people talking about my money. And that's frustrating. It's not frustrating, it's just I understand that what I make and what I do is my business and my mom, not my mom, but my wife's business. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah, I didn't make that off of one trade. It was consecutively. What's the word I'm looking for here? Different trades, right? I'm trying to find a more educational word. What stock did you tell me, bro?
I said, can we just take a look at Microsoft? I think one of my buddies is swinging that, but I want to see if I saw like how we were kind of doing a pennant all day with like the indexes, and I don't know if you could find a double bottom anywhere in there, but we could take a look at Microsoft.
All right, so we got Microsoft, and I'm gonna just work from a bigger time frame and take you to a lower time frame. On a bigger time frame, before I even start explaining, seeing like different double bottoms, I see a few of them. I'm just trying to find one that actually went crazy. I don't really, this is a double bottom, but I don't really like it that much, but it is a double bottom. I just want to see it continue to the upside because I like to see the pattern actually play out and be like, yup, that was a double bottom, right? So I like this one and two. That's a double bottom, right? But this is a double bottom on a bigger time frame. As you see, if you look down here, you'll see the dates, right? This bottom was at January 21st of 2022. You got your second bottom in September, right? So you have to understand the time frames that you're trading, right? To be able to understand them and things of that nature, just like we see a double top here, right? That double top took some time. That was from April, right, into August, and then it gave us the downside move, right? And then you got that one right there to bring you right back up. Do you see that, BW?
Yes, I do. And the good thing about this whole Zoom class is that, as Moody said earlier, is that patterns are subjective. So that's why it's good to at least have ideas so you can play both sides. I see it though. Thank you.
Absolutely. No, you're more than welcome, bro. All right. So now we're gonna delete that. And we could take it to like the daily time frame. All right. Real quick, or BW, you can answer this. Do you see a double bottom? I see plenty, but I just want to see if somebody sees it.
Double bottom, right? Just at that E, I think that earnings,
Which one? Red, green, purple?
where the red E.
Yeah, I see that.
That's,
Yeah, that's the one.
double bottom, a W, right? I see it.
Yeah, W. Sometimes I don't even look like, and I love that people see that. And now I'm gonna tell you something honest about me. I don't see the W's. Like, you probably see the W, but I don't see the, like, what W do you see? Help me see what you see.
Where we get the pullback, where we get the 2-2-2, and then we get a 2-2 reversal.
Right
So
here.
it kind of has to come up, and then to create a double bottom, you need to go up.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't be seeing the W, like a W. Let me try to draw one. Double bottom. Oh, I see it now. I see it. But
It's
see,
kind of like a double top flip, right?
huh?
It's like when you flip the screen, it's like an M, right?
Yeah,
It's just like, that's how I see it. Yeah, that's how I see it. Double tops are easier to spot.
Yeah, no, facts. Double tops are extreme. That's why I'm starting on double bottoms, because I'm gonna see a double top off the top of my brain. But yeah, I'm just trying to show you like how honest I am. Like, I had to draw it out. Now I see that W, right? Like, boom, like one drop W right there. But when I'm trading, I don't see that. I don't see an M. I don't see, like, if it's not literally like that, I don't see it. And I know it's literally like that, but I still don't see that W. I still don't see M's. Like when I see double, like this M, I see when I see that double bottom, right? Because I could clearly see it, right? But I normally I don't see that, right? And that's just me being honest. Like, even when I learned about double bottoms and double tops, everybody will always say that it's a W and this and that. I'll be like, bro, I cannot see that. And maybe I just need to play with my candlesticks a little more. See, like now I still see the M, but I don't see the W. I just don't see it. Right. And I'm doing that and telling y'all that. Most traders won't say that. They're like, yeah, I see the W and I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't see that because I haven't trained my eyes to see a W. I just trained my eyes to see double bottoms and understanding that that double bottom is not a double bottom. That's a triple bottom. Right. And triple bottoms are bullish. Right. Did you see that triple bottom? That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I feel like it's similar to when you say like, oh, that's a Head and Shoulders, and then like I had to like look at it for a little bit and be like, where does he see a Head and Shoulders? You know what I mean? So yeah, so I understand what you mean when you say that you don't see that W right away, but it's just how you see it to make the candles go where you want it to go. It might not be a textbook, double bottom, but what happened after, right?
Yeah.
You got bounce, and it went up, broke the neckline.
And that's why I say that you are right, and you're gonna continue to be a phenomenal trader because you understand that concept, right? Because that's what I was gonna start showing people when we went to a smaller time frame. That's why I'm showing people like, look, this double bottom when it first happened, right here, that's like January of 2022, 16, and this is July of 2022. So when you're on a bigger time frame, you have to understand you need time because it may not play out when you expect it to play out, but it possibly will play out, right? But you need time on your contracts. So, excuse me, let me delete this. So for anybody on here right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and I just did that one. And we already did it, but I'm gonna circle it one more time so you guys could be able to identify and see them. But this is what you call a double top, right? It's a double top, right? Not because it's flush, because they don't have to be flushed, right? But you understand that there's a resistance here. Let me draw the line for you. Right? There's a resistance here, right? And we know that this is a resistance, and we created support above here before, so we know that we can break past this, right? And now I'm going to show you how patterns are very subjective. I'm going to show you this in a second, right? Because my eye just saw the triple top. So long story short, this is how you see, look, this is your resistance. We break over resistance. Why did I call this a support? Because look at the body of this candle, how it supported. It wicked down a little bit and supported and kept going up. You can see how we broke right through it again, right? Because what you've seen here was a gap down, right? Because the green ones open up at the bottom, and it was trying to take out this PMG, the consecutive lows, right? And it failed to do that. It took out some of them, gave you a double bottom right here. Now I'm gonna show you how you can start looking at the chart differently. This is also a quick double bottom, right? Just these two wicks, boom, and just takes it back up. And that's what I understand about the chart. And that's also what BW was just speaking on, where it's like, yo, Moody, you may see a head and shoulders, but I have to start squinting my eyes and playing with the chart to see how you saw that. And then he's able to see that, right? And that's one thing I started noticing when I'm trading is like, oh, snap. These patterns don't have to be booked like textbook, and they don't have to be perfect. They're just they're gonna form that type of pattern, and you just got to be able to catch it, right? So real quick, that's your support right there and resistance. We break down support, right? Boom, you catch that first bottom, and we already spoke about the triple bottom to the double bottom to the triple bottom, right? And the triple bottom played out, right? 1, 2, 3, blast off, right? Because it's a bullish reversal. But the triple top did not play out, right? Because that right there is a triple top. Why is it a triple top, Moody? Because let me just delete it so you can be able to see it. Let me delete everything and I'll re-put it. One top, two top, three top. Why do I see this as a triple top? Because the candle closed. This is the daily chart as well. The candle closed right here. So any trader that saw that, that trades patterns or anything, understood that that was a triple top, right? So some people went for puts, right? Because this is what you have to understand about traders. There's traders that are disciplined, and it just depends on their rules, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna let the market open, but then there's traders that anticipate a move, right? And will get in and short because they're like, nah, I see a triple top. I don't think we're gonna keep going down. And they got smacked out their trade, right? As soon as the market opened, they already knew to get out that trade, right? Because what is this? This is why I trade the Strat. That triple bottom, that triple top was a PMG. Yo, BW, did you see that? I know you trade the Strat, that's why I keep calling on you. But it was right here.
I'm learning the Strat, but let me see one more time the PMG. I'm trying to look. Okay.
Right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Took out all those legs.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that happened. That's called a domino effect. That's why I tell people, stop trading like this. A lot of people be trading like this, whether they're on a 5-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, and they barely could see anything that's going on over there, right? You want to be able to see what's going on. Like you want to see your candlesticks. You don't need your chart to be like this. You want at least to be like this, because this is going to keep playing out and you're going to be seeing what's going on, and you're going to be able to correlate it and be like, oh, okay, it's trying to take out this wick or that wick. It's just like, do you see the PMG that happened on Microsoft? I'll draw it out for you. All that was a PMG. Look at all of these wicks. When this candle came out, 322 reversal, that's why it gapped up, because it was going to take out, look, let's start. We're going to start with this candle, and this is the live candle, right? Boom, boom. that took all those out. Is this one right here? Boom, 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 magnitude, right? Magnitude to your PMG, right? Because you still have more daily targets because the magnitude is really up there, but it's just how I trade. I know that that's my magnitude. I know that it can go up there, but what I also understand is this support and resistance, right? And I'm using this pin bar because sometimes I'll be drawn in. I'm not saying what I'm doing. I'm just using my cursor to have it right at the body of this candle, right there. And I draw it right there. Let me take this off. And what I understand, you see how the candle stopped right there? And I'm correlating it off of this one, right? Using the support and resistance. I know that that's my magnitude, but that's a whole different range. I need to get over this range, right? Because do you see that support and resistance? Support broke, bouncing off that support, taking it all the way up, came down, bounced off that support, broke support, came back, ate the PMG, all these consecutive lows. Now it's going to this range, but now we need the bulls to say, yeah, we want to buy up the stock. Why? Because look at the 50% retracement. And not 50% retracement, but the 50 mark on my RSI. I literally correlate my RSI with my candlesticks. That right there, this line, this 50 mark is right there. That's support and resistance that I just drew. That's why you see, and for me to make you see it, you see how it not bounced, but rejected and started coming down and created a bull flag, right? You can tell that that's this line right here, literally, because that's the 50. And you can see like, okay, cool. We need to break past this 50. We break past this 50 is now uptrend territory on a daily. If you're on an uptrend territory on a daily, it's a wrap. It's going to keep flying. It's going to try to go overbought to come back down, right? Let me go to the chat. I think somebody just probably asked the question. You direct message me, so I'm not going to say that out loud. If I have time, I'll go to AMD. Does the SPY have a triple top at and then this one is AMD double bottom 929 to 10.2. You would have to tell me both people that just asked me the last question. You got to help me help you. If I pull up SPY and I pull it up on a weekly chart or a monthly chart, how am I going to see that? Tell me, you got to let me know the time frame. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Moody. Yeah, I had AMD, and I was gonna say you could look at AMD on the 4-hour. Last Friday, Friday and Monday did a double bottom, and then before I had that breakout move before it rejected 69. I'm sorry.
No, you good. That's even better because I'm on a daily, so I'm gonna go to AMD since you're talking about the 4-hour, and then I'll go to another one, so I can keep going down the time frame, so you can see how the smaller time frames that give you the pattern quicker, and it's gonna take you to the top, right? You said 4-hour.
It even looks cleaner on the 1-hour, but on the 4-hour, you can kind of like tell the continuation from the double bottom when the trend changed. You see how I think it was the 29th. So the 29th was what day was the 29th? That's the first bottom, and then the second one
September or October. No, what we are
September.
Oh, I'm in October. My bad. Okay, right here, this bottom.
Yep.
Let me
then
know
it came up. We retraced that. We retested that same bottom, and then we made a higher. Then we made a higher low because we broke out.
Yeah, I like how you explained that because that is a double bottom. I see these right here. That's the first double bottom I see, right? And then triple bottom.
Right? I have a question for you. So the first double bottom. So like the first test of support, it made a pin bar on a 4-hour. Normally, when you see a pin bar on a 4-hour with volume, does that kind of show that it may be bullish the next morning?
Yes, that's a high probability setup.
Okay.
Yes. Whenever you see, that's an actionable signal. That's why, right? Pin bars, and this was more so of a hammer. But no, you probably could have been talking about this one. This is a pin bar.
Yeah, that's the one.
So when you find pin bars or hammers or dojis, those three are actionable signals, right? When you find them at the bottom of a downtrend, right? The doji is representing that the trend may change or it may continue, like it did continue there, right? The trend may change, right? And it tried to, came back down, gave you a morning star. Some people are not going to see that morning star because this is so small and it's not a large candle, but I'm going to correlate that with a morning star. Bull flag failed to the bottom, right? You caught another actionable signal at the bottom of a downtrend, right? But it had to play out. And look, boom, boom. As soon as the day opened up on this day on the market, it took up. Why? Because that's also a PMG. It just failed to pass. Look, I'm gonna show you why these things stop. You have to look to your left. When you look to your left and you understand support and resistance, you understand why this candle, boop, rejected and came back down, because that was its resistance. This was support, and it kept bouncing, broke the support, came to test the resistance. Whenever you break resistance, I mean, like you break your support, it'll always come back and test. Sometimes it'll break through, right? But it'll come back and test. Came back down, came back and test, boom, then broke out, right? It literally be faking people out, right? And that's why I say you want time on your contracts, right? And especially if you're working on the 4 hour, you got to understand that you need time because you only get 2 candlesticks during the trading period on a 4 hour. And that's why I like the 4 hour for swings and to help me stay in my trades. Because I know, like, okay, this could continue or this can play out, but I know I need time on my contracts. And I also know that I got to buy it, like, not at a low, but with that actionable signal breaking, right? Because that's confirmation. This actionable signal, once it broke past the previous high of that candlestick, that was your confirmation to get in, right? But then again, if I draw a line, look, I'm gonna use the wick so you can understand. That's why if you look to your left, this right here is the reason it did not, it was this resistance now, the reason it did not continue, right? This one right here was his resistance to these levels, right? How you see support, resistance, 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 right? This became support after it tested it, broke out, candle, look, make sure you see that. The candle opened up and closed above it, right? Even though this is like the last, this is aftermarket, the candlestick stood above it. Boom, gap up, straight to resistance, right? I taught this in the boot camp. That's a high probability setup. Once you understand support and resistance and you see your candle broke that resistance and is chilling on that support, buy it because it's going to take it to the next resistance, which is that resistance, and you sell at the resistance. You don't get greedy and try to go. What does Moody normally say? Anything that closes, look, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to put it like right here. And I'm going off of this candlestick right here. Anything that closes above this line is going to mirror this candle. The next stop is going to be right there. Anything that closes above that line, your next stop, money stop, right here. Your target is that wick, because that's going to be the resistance, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, all right, let me just delete. I'll delete all this stuff. So yeah, so I think somebody asked about SPY. Rothschild. My bad, 1 hour. Even better, because now you're getting me going down to the smaller time frames. SPY. 1 hour. Ooh, I didn't even do that. And where did you see your double bottom? Let me see. Does SPY have a triple top at 378? Oh, you're asking. Gotcha. 378. We're not even nowhere near 378. Yeah. Yeah, no. We're not nowhere near 378 right now, but I see what you're talking about. Let me delete all this. Oh, you got me delete all my 50% retracements. Yes and no. I want to know, like, Rothschild, like, I'm saying yes and no for a reason because it's there, but I'm looking at I'm analyzing the data that I have now, right? But yes, it's there. That is definitely a triple top, but I want to know if you could unmute yourself so I could be able to help you. I want to know which one's the triple top that you see. Because there's so
Okay.
many. There's one,
Yeah.
2, 4.
So the first top that I see is the 2, doji, like where you're just past it to your left. Let me see.
This
Nah,
one?
not that one. The one that's by the orange line.
This one?
Let me just hold on. I'm gonna pull it up.
All right, yeah, take your time.
All right, so October 4th at 1700.
Okay, this.
Yeah, that one. The high of 379.45 on October 5th.
Yes, you don't even gotta keep going. You don't. You don't. I'm gonna show you how I saw it, but I like the way you saw it. Because the way I saw it, and I'm just honest, I saw this one. 1, 2, 3, drop. You saw 1, 2, 3. And that's why I kept asking, because I'm like, there's 4 of them right there. But yes, that's also the reason I'm gonna, like, I know I'm right because that's what I see, and that's what I'm analyzing with one bottom. I mean, 1 top, 2 top, 3 top drops. But let me delete this and show you why you're 100% right. Do you know why you're 100% right?
I don't know. No, tell me.
All right. The reason you're 100% right is because you're analyzing the data that is given you now. Like, so this move, this was a double top right here. 1, 2 drops. That double top is gone, right? Because it happened, it played out. Now, what you did was correlate 1 top, 2 top, 3 top. That is 100% right. And you will be a dope trader. I promise you, keep doing that. Why? Because you're now telling yourself, hey, this double top passed already, right? But this still is a top right here. But that double top, 1, 2 passed, boom, drop. So now you count 1, 2, drop. You see that? 1, 2, 3, drop.
Right.
But guess what's gonna happen now with SPY?
So there's a neckline, right? Yeah, right there. So that would confirm the pattern,
What would confirm the pattern?
a break of the neckline.
I don't look at necklines with double tops and double bottoms. I look at necklines with like head and shoulders. I'm possibly not knowing that there's a neckline, right? But I don't look for necklines.
All right,
Because
so the last level's major support, which is 370.
yeah, I look at it as like support.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right, because that's one thing, like say with the strat, what I try to tell people is learn how to chart up your chart and delete things, right? Because say with the strat, it ate up this PMG, right? So this was 1 low, 2 low, 3 lows, 4, 5, right? It came all the way down, and we call this a TTO, a triangle day out, right? Because whenever you get a PMG up, you get another one down. You get another one up. You get another one down. Those are all PMGs, like PMGs. Try and look, so I can show you. This was a PMG, and it took it out right here. All the let me move this so you can see them. All these lows right here, the wicks, these candlesticks took it all out, right? After it did that, it came back, triangle day out, PMG enforced. Because you see this PMG that it took out? Once these candlesticks came down, that was another PMG right there, all these higher lows. triangle day out, boom. Once it triangle day out, it did it again, right? Because it took all those PMGs out and created you another PMG, this white ones that I'm showing you. And what did it do after that? Triangle day out. All these people that been trading got stopped out, made money, got stopped out their trades, right? So let me show you what I was about to show you though. So you got these lows, and this is what I tell people with the strat. Once these candlesticks ran through all these lines and took out these targets, and I don't have it perfectly on my targets because my magnet's not on, but the lows of the candlesticks, once it took it all out, this now becomes, let me do it this way so I could actually do a replay if anything.
But
Once
this is a
the-
perfect example of why why you say you don't believe in the word choppiness, because it's just PMGs.
Choppiness to me is people that are scared of the market. I don't like to be around people. I will mute your channel if I hear you say choppiness, because I know that you're just fearful.
I had to catch myself and say aggregate. It's aggregating.
It's just aggregating. It's fluctuating. It's just going up and down. If you can't deal with that, get the heck off that time frame and go to a bigger time frame, because then you're not going to see an aggregation. If I take this to a 6 hour, you're not going to see that aggregation like that. Do. You know what I'm saying? The market is not choppy. I don't understand what that means, right? What it is that you're getting chopped up and you don't like it. And it's all psychological. That's why I say, you know, be careful what you say. So long story short, like right here, all these targets got taken out by these trades. Once it gets taken out, once you get experience with the strat, you'll start understanding, okay, these are now becoming support and resistance line. The way they're, you know, I just got to take it down to a smaller time frame so you'll be able to see it real quick. Remember, I drew it off a big time frame, and I'm gonna take you exactly where I drew them. There it is, right? Now you can see the real PMG because you're seeing all these, look, you're seeing all of these wicks, right? That was just on a bigger time frame, but I understand when I break those candles down, I'm gonna have way more wicks. You see that, right? So once this trade right here, because the lines are drawn right here, once this breaks through, delete it off your chart unless you got experience with the strat, right? Why? Because after this happens, those targets are gone. Is no longer valid anymore. If you keep it on your chart, understand that it becomes support and resistance now, right? Look at how all of these took out these lines, right? And now, boom, bounce, boom. You see how this one stopped, this candle right here, stops right there, resistance, boom, breaks over, right? Eats up that PMG, right? Because that was the target, right? These are not targets anymore after that happens, right? It just becomes support and resistance. You see, boom, jumps down to that resistance line that the strat created for you, boom, goes up, resistance. Don't you see how it's stopping correctly on all of these lines? Head and shoulders, gap down, comes back, resistance on all these lines. Literally, you can see how it's stopping. Look at the body of the candle. These are just wicks. Body of the candle opens up, closes above it, boom, breaks through. Look, double bottom, right? Since we're talking about double bottom, Moody, point them out. Double bottom, boom, takes it back up. Right? The smaller you go on a time frame, the patterns play out much more quicker, and you have to understand in and out, right? Just like you see this bull flag right here, right? Pole. All of these were bull flags. Pole, flagging, breakout, pole, flag, breakout, right? And once you understand bull flags and things of that nature, you start to understand, oh, they're inside of a cup and handle, right? Or they're inside of they're in the beginning of a head and shoulders. They're at the end of a inverted head and shoulders. But data come to you once you start learning those patterns, and then you start correlating things and you start putting things together and see the overall pattern, right? So that's what, let me just keep showing you real quick before I show you what you want to do, right? You see how it's like support, resistance, support, boom, you got another support here, obviously. But look, I can show you that this support was a target. Look, I'm gonna do it off of this one right here, resistance. Oh, dang, I got mag now. Right there, I'm doing it off of this resistance. Watch how it correlates right there. And it correlates right here with your other little double bottom that didn't play out and kept coming down. Look, it's just what the strat is, literally everything that everybody's trading. And that's why I continue to talk about it, right? Because one day it's gonna click for you. One day you're gonna be like, oh snap, I see it now. What the heck? It's just giving you, it's just simplifying everything for you, where you don't have to really try to figure things out. That's why I can chart up my chart with the strat and not even worry about, oh, let me go ahead and get my targets. Let me go ahead and do this, because I already see my targets, but I also know that these targets are going to create me support and resistance, right? So what you want to do is, let's take it back to the hour real quick. What you want to do is, you see how I circled that double bottom on the 7 minute and it's not there on the on this 1 hour, because patterns are subjective. If you've seen it on a certain time frame and you saw the whole pattern, you missed the play. If you've seen it happen, catch it, get out quick if you're on a smaller time frame, because it's not going to correlate on your bigger time frame, right? Look at the double bottom here, right? So long story short, what I was going to say is you want to delete all of this, like I'm going to do it right here. If you're stratting, delete all of that, right? Because it already happened, right? I was just showing you that it's going to create you support and resistance. You want to go ahead and get your targets. Put my magnet. You want to go ahead and get your new targets, because that's where that's where they're going to try to stop people out their trades. And that is also called a PMG, right? And that's for the person that was asking, like, hey, can you see a PMG happen before it happens? Absolutely. Actionable signal right here. If we break 2 up tomorrow, right here, guess what's going to happen? It's going to go take out all these targets because it's so close to take it out. Super close, right? It may stop most likely right here. Well, it's going to stop right here first. Look. Why do I know that? Let me draw your lines. Support and resistance. That was support, right? So it's going to have to break out of that resistance. Once it breaks out of that resistance, you see the candles? Look, this one broke out the resistance, but look how it came back to that support, wick back up, came back down, boom, broke through, came back down. Look how it stopped right there, went back up, came back down, wicking back over your support. This one over your support, finally broke support. So now we know we're going to take out this target and we're going to take out this target, and then SPY's going to do something funky right here. It's either going to consolidate, or what like people like to call choppiness. And then if it goes over this line and stays above it and starts bouncing, we're taking out those targets. And then once it does that, it will take out all those targets, because that's a domino effect. If I drop a domino, wouldn't all these fall down? And that's what I understand about PMG and things of that nature. Dang, this is supposed to be strictly just double bottom to double tops. We didn't did double
I
bottom.
know. I like how it turned to a strat class.
You did this. But yeah, you know, so does anybody have any questions? Or questions on the double bottoms? I know I didn't go all the way down to like a 5-minute time frame, but I will. You'll see a lot of patterns here, right? It's just like when this was playing out, your first double bottom was one bottom, right? It went up, came down, second bottom, right? Didn't even come take out these targets, went back up, one bottom. And the reason I'm doing it like this, notice that I'm on a 5-minute time frame and I'm calling out a whole bunch of them now, right? Because remember, I think it was Rothschild, Rothschild. Ooh, I like your name. I really like your name. I just caught that, but I don't know. I may be. I don't know if we're aligned, but I'm just seeing something else. That's a dope name.
Yeah, you know about it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, the Most High, baby. So, Dan, that was beautiful. I love your name. So long story short, Dang, I gotta like, my bad. I gotta get my mind right. How I caught that. Long story short, I'm on a 5-minute time frame. So this is 5 minutes. Each candle represents 5 minutes of the chart, right? So just like I was explaining with the Strat, where it's like, hey, it took out these targets. Like once it takes out all of these targets, it just becomes support and resistance. You want to delete that so you don't get confused, unless you want to just leave it there. And have a whole bunch of lines on your chart when you create your other targets, right? But just like I told you to delete that, and oh, that's what I was saying, because like what Rothschild was saying, it was the simple fact that I saw my triple top, right? But she was more correct than I, right? And the reason I say that is because that double top already happened. Remember when I explained that? Came back down and it created another top. So you forget the double top that just happened because that happened. So you take that one top and it created another one, then another one, right? So you're doing the same thing when you come down to these smaller time frames, right? It's happening so much more quicker, right? So you have to understand this was a double bottom, not that. This was not that one and that one. You know what I'm saying? Some people will look at it like that, but I'm not. I'll look at more so this bottom, that bottom, right? I will correlate. If I wanted to find this bottom, it would be that bottom and this bottom and went up, right? That all that's done. Comes back down, next bottom. One bottom, two bottom. Well, no, I'm sorry, that's not the bottom. I was wrong. That's the bottom, right? That's the bottom to this bottom, 1, 2. That's the bottom to these two bottoms, right? This is the bottom right here to this bottom, right? Triple bottom, right? Because it's happening so much more quicker and it's literally right there in your face. Boom, triple bottom. Forget about all of that now, right? Bear flag to the downside, whole bunch of bear flags to the downside. Bottom, nope, I'm lying to you. That's not the bottom. Let me move this up. Oh, that is the bottom. I'm tripping. So bottom with all of these wicks, right? One bottom, two bottom with these two wicks. Pattern is subjective. Should have went up, right? Because that's what that pattern says that it should do, and didn't go up. Went right back down. Double tops, right there. Follow this, and it followed this what it should have done, right? And went right back down. So with this candlesticks we're trying to do. Oh, okay. I feel you. All right. Distraction. I'm not a boy, I'm a man. My bad, I'll be joking with my wife all day. So long story short, it was trying to create a cup and handle, right? Cup, handle, and it kept failing, right? But since I trade the Strat, that's why I say patterns is subjective. The Strat's not gonna lie to me. What really happened here was triangle day out. PMG enforced, right? Here, I'll do y'all solid. I got y'all. Because I know I'm talking about this and y'all gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about, Moody? And I'm gonna do a video strictly on I'll probably do it this month. Oh, is that not? Oh, I guess I gotta write her whole name. TTL Sarah Sniper. Oh, and I should have said that, right? TTO, aka corrective activity, aka pullback, right? And she's just trying to help people because people wouldn't understand that term, pullback, but that's what it is. TTO is a corrective activity, right? But that's Strat terminology, aka pullback for the people that are trading.
Benzinga's options alert service has the potential to—
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. I don't do this on purpose, but every time a certain thought comes and I know that y'all gonna love this, I be looking, I be like, oh, a lot of people didn't came off the class. Sucks. But look, check it out. I'm about to show y'all. And y'all gonna understand. Y'all
discover
okay.
double or triple digit returns in only a few days. Like this put spread.
For the purpose that I'm on this class, I skipped the ad.
Welcome.
But whenever I see an ad on like Sarah Sniper, Rob Smith, any YouTuber that I really like, I let the ad run because I know that they're making money off of that.
Strat Education Saturday by Trade Sniper Sarah. I did not take a poll this week on Twitter because we need to talk about TTO. Triangle they out.
This is 11 minutes.
It is
I may let the whole thing play.
Another fun Robism that is somewhat hard to understand if you're a newer trader. So like I said,
So like what she just said, if you're a newer trader, don't try to go learn from Rob. You can, because I did it, but he gonna be all over the place at high energy, so you might get confused, right? She dumbs it down a little bit, and then I dumb it down more than her. I feel like, I don't know, people done told me that. Sarah, if you see this, you a mentor to me. I appreciate you. All right.
triangle they out is a Robism, or we sometimes just say TTO. It's just a quick way of talking. And often Rob will follow it by get, or going to the moon, or whatever.
I had to pause it. Somebody in the chat said light bulb, triangle, day out. Thank you. Triangle, they, not day, as a D, as a T, they. We're stopping traders out there trading. That's why it's triangle. It's going to make a triangle, day out. We're stopping you out your trade and forcing you to buy what we're buying. All right, cool.
Or you want it to be, just go. So my interpretation is there is a triangle. The tight stop guys just got shaken out or taken out.
I just said that.
Now is the time to look for a reversal to get back in. So I prefer not to use the term TTO because I feel like it's confusing. And like I said, there's two different meanings for it. So one of the meanings can be when you're calling the top or the bottom of a broadening formation, or a try, as Rob calls them, which is also a good time to start looking for a reversal.
Exactly.
The other way that TTO is used is just for corrective activity when you have full time frame continuity.
I'm gonna just pause it real quick. When I hear her say certain things that I'm like, oh, maybe I need to break that down a little bit more or say it in a different way, I will. But if you hear something and it's like that just went over your head a little bit, just let me know and I'll go over it for you.
So you don't necessarily want to take the counter trend. Oh, just realized I forgot a word. Trade. You don't want to take the counter trend trade because you are fighting time frame continuity.
Exactly.
All right, so here we have the Roku monthly chart. Triangle they out, broadening formation terms.
Notice
means
he's talking
we
on
took
a
out the
bigger time frame.
previous low and we made a new low. Anyone who had their stops here at this 292 level
Stop that.
got stopped out when we made a new low of 272. Because if you're a price action trader and you don't know about broadening formations, why wouldn't your stop be here? So once price came and took that out, it's at exhaustion risk, which is a good time to be looking for a reversal to go the other way.
Exactly.
Same thing with the top side. So you see how this 486.72 was the previous high. So we took that out just barely, made a new high of 490, and then started falling back through immediately. So again, anyone who's like, oh, Roku just, broke out of its tightening whatever range and we hit new all-time highs. Well, that's when we call it exhaustion risk.
Exactly.
And that's where we have an advantage over the breakout traders, because the breakout trade.
So y'all can understand that's exactly what Jordan did yesterday when he called that lotto out for Twitter. It was that exhaustion risk. It broke out and skyrocketed. So it's gonna come right back down. It may not go all the way down to where it came from, but it's gonna go down to its next support.
Traders. In this case, in an all-time high scenario, don't take offense to this, that's the dumb money. So all the smart money was buying in during here and here and here, and they sold right at the top. And this kind of just goes back to an old trading term, which is buy support breaks, sell resistance breaks. So it's pretty simple when you think of it like that.
And that's what I was just saying when I was on the 4-hour chart. I think we was talking about AMD, and I was like, hey, if it's over your support, it's gonna go to your next resistance, right? It's just, I talk about it all because it's like what I know, but a strat trader is not gonna talk like that because we're trained not to speak like that. We speak about targets, entries, and that's it. And magnitude, which means target, is just the highest target. And we're gonna talk about Browning formation.
Okay, now I don't know if any of you remember a few months ago, but I said, June, you want to be watching Roku because we had this rev strat and then we had a pivot, pivot, pivot. So all of those were our targets.
I know what she's talking about because I've taken a whole bunch of Sarah Sniper's trades.
What?
And you can look at the date. This was last year. Whenever I was watching her stuff and she did something, a new video, I made sure I watched it. If she did a market overview, I made sure I watched it and understood what she was talking about, and then went to my chart and seen it and bought the crap up or sold it.
What the strat is, it teaches us targets. So target, target, target.
See?
And you see exactly what this chart did. So once we broke 357, the goal was to make new all-time highs. We did that.
You see? Entry, 2-2 reversal, right? Do you notice that she doesn't have none of the numbers up there? Because we don't need the numbers. I have my numbers up there for you guys. So when I'm speaking, y'all understand what I'm talking about. Because if I start saying 212, 312, 322, you're not gonna know what the heck I'm talking about if you don't understand the candlesticks, right? And that's just understanding what the candlesticks do, not the actual candlestick, right? But real quick, 2-2 reversal, right? Let me see something. That's definitely not a 3. That's a 1 bar. So 2-2 reversal, right? This right here is this. Bullish reversal, 1 bar. I just noticed that she had a 1 bar on her screen, but I don't know what this is. This could be a 2 up, 2 down because I don't have my previous candle to tell you what it is, but I'm gonna just call it a 1 bar, 2 down, 2 up, entry, target, right? You see the Browning formations? Just like say if right here, this is a 3 bar, 3-2-2 reversal. That's this one, 3-2-2 reversal, right? Oh, it says it right here. So you enter in on this wick, just like it has it right here. You enter on, you're gonna enter on the 3rd candle, but you're using the second candle, right? Because it's a 3 candle pattern, 3-2-2. You're gonna enter on the 3rd one, but you're gonna use the 2nd candle for your entry. The 3rd one's gonna be your target. So you enter in, you take profits there. It hits your magnitude, right? The top of the broadening formation, and it's gonna come back down because it didn't have any other targets. Because she's talking about high exhaustion risk, and she's talking about a stock that went up higher, right? Not that a stock went up higher, a stock that broke all-time highs.
That's why
want to be out.
But that's why like double tops aren't always exactly even. It has just takes out the high and it comes back down. So, you know, sometimes when people say double top, double bottom, like sometimes I get confused, but it doesn't have to be even. It took out the high and it made higher highs and it came down. So that's a double top, right?
Yeah, this right here, 1, 2. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, but now let's go to a TTO on the daily. In the strat, we teach entering on reversals back into the direction of time frame continuity.
Right.
So what does that mean? So it means that on this day, 6/14, Roku triggered its monthly level, the 357 level. You don't always want to be the first one in. You'll hear Rob say this constantly. You don't want to be the first one in. So what is a TTO? So remember, it's the second meaning, it's corrective activity, or You could refer to it as a pullback. So Roku triggered its monthly trigger and then fell back for 2 days. And then on
That's
this
what
day
happened with
here,
bots.
let's make this yellow.
It triggered, came down, then we went up.
Make it nice and big. So this was a TTO. It was corrective activity. So just because you had a 2 up and a 2 down doesn't necessarily mean you want to short, because you know that we have triggered the longer term participants. So what is the safest thing to do is wait for corrective activity to happen, wait for a TTO, then look for a strat reversal in, which was right here. You had a 2 down because it broke the previous candle's low.
Which is also
And then
a
the
morning
following
star.
day, this day, as soon as we opened right here. We went up, up, up. We tripped the 346. That's your entry. Using the long-term charts like we were, we knew that this was a target and this was a target. Your initial stop goes there. We'll make the stop red. Okay, entry here, initial stop here. Every day, you're just gonna walk your stops up to the lows of every candle. You have no reversal against you. You have no corrective activity against you.
That's what
And
I
even
do
if you did, it would probably just be another TTO where you could add to your position. But still, we had no lower low until this day here. And we took out almost all of our targets except that all-time high.
Exactly.
Let's look at Twitter on the daily.
TTO right there. TTO right there.
So to a person who uses support and resistance for signs to go long or short, get murdered in these broadening formation scenarios.
Yeah, she's funny.
Because here's why. So somebody says, let's say a trader says, this right here, this is support. So I'm gonna go short when the price breaks below here. So we do it this day. And we do it for 1 day. So then once the price starts coming back up, this person's gonna have to cover because they're in a losing position. Let's say you have somebody who says this is resistance. I'm gonna go long on a break of resistance. So that happens this day. And then it immediately falls back down. So they have to close their long because they're wrong.
And go short.
This was our original high.
You see
Then we got a
slight
slight higher high. This was our original low. Then we got a slight lower low.
double bottom.
This was the previous high. Then we got another
Double
one.
bottom, triple bottom. No, let me pause it.
So this isn't.
It's just, I'm talking about patterns, so I'm gonna just show y'all. But I rather just always talk about the strat. But this was a morning star, right? This is a morning star, right? You got your star right there, continuation. This is a double bottom right here. 1 bottom, 2 bottom. This is a double top, 1 top, 2 top, drops. This is a triple top, 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, drops. Broadening formation. The broadening formation lets us know where it's going. When we come down here, look how it dropped right there. Bloop, went back up. Hit the top of the broadening formation, short it back down. Hit the bottom of the broadening formation, bring it back up. It's not to say it's always going to do that, but you take the confirmation. The confirmation is what's going to let you know. What's the confirmation, Moody? Right here. We come down, we drop, we break above the star, morning star, boom, take it back up. Right? If you're looking at this candlestick, we lost volume. Right? They got exhausted at the top of the broadening formation, taking out all these targets right here because it took out the target, boom, came right back down. This is what you call a shooting star. A shooting star. It's an inverted pin bar, but it is a shooting star. You found it at the top of an uptrend, boom, coming down, fell into a morning star. What's the confirmation, Moody? Stop loss right here, right? Entries right here. As soon as we break over, you enter the trade. That was your confirmation. That's your first target. That's your second target. That's your third target. Bloom, 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 bloom. Look, this one goes up. This one finally takes out that target. This one takes out that target. This one takes out that target. Now let's go back down. Morningstar failed, going back down, right? Because that's a cup and handle. This is just a daily time frame, so you're not going to see it that well, but that's a cup inside of that, inside of this Morningstar, cup, handle, fail, drops.
An example of, again, TTO at the top of a broadening formation or at the bottom of a broadening formation. And this was just fabulous because you just had 2-2 reversals all over the place. So you made a new high, and then what happened? The next day you got a...
Now, what name you got on here? I'm gonna just call you Rosa because I know that's your name. Rosa, you see how she's saying, what did I tell you today? Start with 2-2 reversals because they happen way more often, right? Some people are gonna want to do the 2-1-2 because it just sounds good, I guess. I don't know. Or they want the inside bar. But the 2-2 reversals happen more often than all of them, right? And that's why I say go for 2-2 reversals. After that, go for 3-2-2 reversals. Why? Because the 3-2-2 is the 2-2 reversal. You're just getting that 3-bar broadening formation, TTO, triangle day out. Once it starts clicking for you, you start to understand this and like, oh, I got it. All right, we got like 3 more minutes.
2-2 reversal. Then you made a new low. Then what happened? The next day you got a 2 down, 2 up reversal. Made a new high. Same thing over and over and over. You got a 2 up, a 2 down reversal, and then again, it happened again. You got a 2 down, a 2 up reversal.
Talk your shit, Sarah.
And then it happened again here. You had a 2 up and then a 2 down. But now, if you learn how to train your eyes, you will notice that we have been sideways and we are stuck in
that range.
These 3 candles trading range.
Let me pause this so I can show you.
Ooh.
She's gonna explain it, but that high to the low, all of these candles are stuck in here. It has to break out. Once it breaks out of here, boom, take out PMG, boom, 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 get the hell out your trade. Why? Because we know that that's the bottom of the broadening formation, but we also know that it can go lower than this because remember when she had her broadening formation on, it broadened the formation. So that low can go lower this time to like about down here. And if it breaks this low and takes it out and holds under it, it takes out that target, that target, that target.
See that? We will come down and test this low.
And then if we break above this and get confirmation, PMG. You see the domino effect? If it breaks this and holds over it, bloop, 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 back to on top of the broadening formation, TTO, right? Because that's what it is, triangle day out, PMG enforced.
Oh, again. Bam, bam. Beautiful. Because every time we get a 2 up, it fails. Get a 2 up, it fails, becomes a 3. This also became a 3. So the buyers are not here anymore. We could all agree that NVIDIA was in a very strong uptrend pre-split, right? Right. So you have all these TTOs because you have longer time frame continuity in your favor. So meaning the daily, the weekly, the monthly, not even the daily, but the monthly and the weekly are green, which means you don't just want to short when you see a signal, you want to wait and then get back into the long side. Wait for price to make a new low compared to a previous day. Wait, get in to the long side. Wait, get in to the long side or add. All of these would be adds. You had an entry here. So a 2 down, a 2 up. You had a rev strat here, so you can have another add. You have another one here, another one here. And then that's about it till it starts getting a little choppy. But train yourself to see these. TTOs, you can also pretty much refer to them as bull flags, which I know we don't talk in those terms, but it's healthy corrective activity
That's all it is.
before trend resumption. Okay. I think that's it. If you have any questions, please ask me and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. All right. Did anybody learn anything from that? No, clues. I trade watching sports to watch. I trade watching sports to watch Moody teaching the Strat. What you mean by that, bro? I don't understand that. You trade watching.
Nah.
sports.
Yeah, like I stopped watching sports. I like this is more entertaining. So I trade watching like football or NBA, and I could watch this all day.
Yeah, I stopped watching television like more than like 8 years ago. I watch TV series like if my wife wants to watch something, but I don't turn on the television at all because it's called television programming. I don't want to get programmed. I'd rather program my own mind, and I don't watch sports at all. Granted, I'd be wearing like hats that are sporties and stuff like that. I couldn't tell you if it was basketball playing right now, football, hockey, soccer. I don't know what's going on right now. And because I look at it as it's a distraction. I'm not getting paid to do that. And me watching sports is not helping me any. What is going to help me do is start arguing with people about who my favorite basketball player is, or this person about to win, or this or that. And once I stopped doing that, my life turned around. Like, I just found out that people were tripping over Kanye, like for his, I don't know, I forgot what it is, but I just found out about that, and I'm just like, why are you telling me this? I don't care what Kanye West is doing, bro. I love his music, but I don't care about what he's doing. If he's doing something, it's probably to get your attention, to sell you something. And that's what they all do. They're entertainers. They're entertainers. They're meant to entertain you and distract you from what you want to do for your life. But they are doing what they want for their lives. And that's what you have to understand. But yeah, anybody got any questions before I jump off of here? And I do want to ask, like, because I don't want to be doing that stuff if it's not helping people. I'm trying to see who all on here. But you can now pin or spotlight multiple people. Pin. Somebody is pinned. I didn't even know. How are you pinned? I don't want to pin people. Unpin. Oh, man. This is pinned.
Yeah.
Unpin.
Moody.
What's up, Luther?
Yeah, I've been here. The only thing I'm trying to get, how do you, I don't know if I asked you before, but when you're trying to get a break of the EB star or anything like that, sometimes do you got to anticipate it, because sometimes it moves so fast where you will miss your entry if you're not anticipating to do that, right?
You don't have
or you just got to break, let it break, and then hey, it is what it is from there. You got to just try to get it.
No, you enter in on that confirmation, but I'm gonna show you something that you can do. I just need to find a perfect one. I see some morning stars, but I want to find one able to show you, like, right? Oh, dang, I wish that wick was a little lower. Just give me a second, big bro. And give me a second. Let me find. There's a whole bunch of morning stars that I'm seeing. Like, all right, I'll just show it on this one. It might not just give me enough room to show you. But that's your entry, right? There's gonna be a stop loss. And this is off of a morning star, but what is the morning star? A 2-2 reversal, right? So long story short, dude, and that's dope how it looks. Stop loss, enter your calls, take profits. Look how it fell right back in here and then pop back up. And then dropped. But long story short, let's say, dang, I'm on a 5 minute. Let me not do that. Let me show you. Because I know you be on the 5 minute. Let's go to 15 minute if I want. I'm gonna show you what you could do. That's one. I want one with some more magnitude. This is true. No, not really. All right, morning star. All right, so say that's your confirmation. Say you're on a 15-minute time frame, and like I know what you're saying. It's like, hey, Moody, it just triggered quickly, whatever the case may be. I really want to find one that just kept going, but let's do it off of this one. This is a morning star. I know you was talking about like an evening star. This one actually rejected and kept going. But say you're on a 15-minute, that's your entry, right? And what day am I on? September 29th. That's your entry, that's your stop loss, right? So, and we'll make that one red so you won't get confused. So let's say you missed your trigger, right? And we're on a 15-minute time frame, so the market's still open. You missed your trigger, right? You could always take this bad boy down to a 5-minute time frame, right? Because you just broke a 15-minute candle into 3, right? I'm just trying to scroll all the way to that morning star. Just give me a second, it's right here. We'll bring it over here so I can open it up. So that was your entry point, even though you got a morning star. I'll do that one too and go to a smaller time frame. There's a morning star right here too. But this is our entry on the 15-minute, right? You missed entry, right? So what you do is just go down to a smaller time frame. You're gonna see, boom. All right, it's rejecting, it's triggering, but it's rejecting. What did Sarah Sniper say? You don't want to be the first one, right? And that's what Rob always says. You don't have to be the first one. Moody, sometimes I'd be trying to be the first one. I just be trying to be in and out. So I just want my 10 to 30%. But long story short, let's say it triggered, boom, you missed your trigger, boom, it comes back down, right? Oh, that's not your trigger right here. 15 minutes, your trigger, right? Boom, it triggers, it's coming back down, coming back down. It gave you another morning star right here, right? You could utilize this strat and catch another 2-2 reversal right back up, because all this is corrective activity, right? TTO. Now that I'm explaining it, and we just went to that video, y'all gonna be able to understand what I'm saying, right? TTO is just giving you corrective activity, right? A pullback. That's how everybody understands it, right? You could have just took that strat reversal right there, the 2 down, 2 up, entry right there, boom, and took it up. But if you're still waiting on to like, nah, I want to enter on my 15-minute trigger. All right, cool. Just wait for the candles like this one. These are triggering. You could have got in, right? Or you could have just been waiting, right? This one triggered. You could have got in, or you could have been waiting, right? Because it's still going to be moving. It's still moving your direction. You were breaking even. Now you're probably down like 2%, something like that. Then this candle comes out, and you could have just took. I wouldn't say take the break of that one because then you're missing that entry that you wanted. But you could have just waited, and boom, it went up. It did what it had to do. Came back down. Look, now your entry became support. Boom. Or you could have just said, all right, I just missed, right, my 15-minute trigger, right? And it's going to be on this candlestick. So you was not able to catch this morning star, right? So let me delete that one so you don't get confused. I'm going to use this one, right? And take it to a small time frame. You could have just used this 5-minute time frame and would have been like, yo, all right, found another, it just gave me another 2-2 reversal, right? Because you're going to see it like this. Look, replay. Put it right here. Let's see. Wow. So that's what people really want to see is like, bro, I need to see it live. Oh, no, move too fast, move too fast. Let's slow it down. Let's bring you back, sucker. Right there. Boom. All right, we're going to see that 2 come down. Boom. Right, wake back up. Just triggered, right? Just triggered, you missed it. Triggering again, you missed it. It's all right. Corrective activity, TTO, double bottom. Just messed up your double bottom, right? Boom, trigger, right there. 2-2 reversal, you could have entered in right there. That's what Moody be doing. Like you could ask anybody that be on one-on-ones with me. I'll be doing this live for them. It's like, I'll be like, okay, we're on a 15. I did it with you, Luther. Like I'll be on a 15, 30-minute chart and be like, all right, I want my entry right there. Cool. But I went down to a smaller time frame and then I got a new strat reversal. So I'll take that one, right? To try to get into time frame continuity. So you could have took that one, or you could have still waited for this one. And once it triggered again, right? Because these were faking you out, and you obviously seen you went 2 down, but check it out, your stop loss is down there. Even though it went corrective activity, never came to your stop loss. So don't get scared and get out your trade just because you're down, right? So let me let it play out. Or you could have took that entry right there, right? Boom. Triggers again, bow, you could have entered. Triggered again, you could have entered. Now you entered, it left you. If you didn't enter, it left you now, right? You're getting scared because I'm like, oh man, it's coming back down. But look, boom, you see that? How you seeing those wicks? It's taking out the target. It's taking out that target. That was a long wick that it gave first. It took out that target and damn near that target. Just this one, look. Let's take it back. You're gonna have to catch it because I can't stop it. It's gonna play out the whole candlestick, right? So watch those wicks. Matter of fact, I can make you see it. Let me put green right there so you can know. It automatically came and try to, that's just what Moody does. I like to take the opening price as a target too. But watch what it does. Press play. Wick, watch. Boom, 3 bar, took out target. Boom, took all those targets out and this one. Damn near. Boom. Came back down to your entry. Right? Jump back up, you still up. Boom, and you see how it's taking out these targets now? Boom, because all these lines already got taken out. Boom, taking out that target, that's what it did. Boom, taking out this target, taking out this one now. Boom, and on top of that one, took out that one. Right? So does that make sense? It's like you could have, and that was all of off the 15-minute time frame. This one right here, but you missed it. You didn't miss it. It triggered, and you came down to a smaller time frame to see if it was ready for you. You're also seeing a bullish engulfing. Oh, I said a bullish engulfing. Sorry. A bearish divergent. I see the bearish divergent because I know it's happening on like the 1 minute or something of that nature because your candles are going down right here, but you're seeing a slump like it's going up, right? So you could have did that, right? And if you didn't do that, you could have went down. I'm not gonna take you to the 3 minutes. I mean to the 1 minute or anything like that. But that was our 15-minute trigger. That was our 5-minute trigger. Our 3 minute gave us the trigger even earlier, right here. White entry, 2 down, 2 reversal. That's why I say the 2-2 reversals. My favorites are like the 2-2 reversals, the 3-2-2s, and 3-2-2s because the 3 is gonna give you another. It's going to give you a broadening formation. It's going to broaden the formation, right? So you're going to be able to take out higher targets, right? Or lower targets, depending on which side you're going to, right? But
I'll put your line. Once you see a number 3, you start making your broadening off formation line from that number 3.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to, but yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, this is what you was talking about. Let's take it back to the 15. I'll show you how to draw my broadening formation. And yes, this is a bear flag, but it is a V-shaped recovery. All right, so where was that 3? Wasn't it? Oh, it was 5-minute time frame. We got 2 3s right here. So what I'll do is pull out my handy dandy ray and bow. Oh, dang. You see, I was going to do it like Rob tells people to do, right to left, but I just don't do it that way. That's why I use the ray. And I'll just do this. You can do that. I don't really like that broad information because it's like too broadening, but it's still going to happen, right? And you could just take it down like how I had it on 3 minutes. Take it to 3 minute. Wow, it's still going to be there. You also got another broadening formation happening right there, right? I don't have a second leg really, but I'll put it right there. I will wait for my second, for my leg, because, you know, it is a low, but I will want a better low than that. Me just knowing the strat, let it play out. Breaking smaller Moody so they can see. It's gonna break out of that one. So it's so tight that I know it's gonna break out. Boom, there it goes.
Hey, Moody, so that we don't all get in trouble, we know you've given us a whole lot of your time. Your wife is home with
Yeah,
baby.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Make me want to just give you something for free for that.
Yeah, shout out to your wife.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, see, PMG took out all that PMG right there. But yeah, that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? But I like to draw my Browning formations. Like I do them on smaller time frames, but I like to do them on like a little larger, like 30-minute, the 4-hour, the hour, the daily. And then I'll look for a bigger, I'll look for a small time frame and then create the Braun formation there. Because you see how like when I drew it there, before it even happened, I told you it was gonna break out. It was just too tight. It was extremely too tight. This one wasn't. You see, this one is still, these are still playing inside of that Browning formation. Right, but yeah, that I was just trying to explain like those real quick. But was you able to understand that, Luther? Like how I went down to a smaller time frame to find a better entry, or I went down to a smaller time frame to like gauge like what was going on and like, okay, cool, let me enter here. Hopefully you did, my brother. But yeah, let me go to the chat and then I'm gonna jump off this. But I appreciate everybody that stood on and that's still on here and things of that nature. What are you sure your wife cool with you staying on this long? We appreciate it, but you know.
Hey, Moody, I want a short end phase because
Yeah.
of the pin bar,
Damn,
the
so-
down pin bar on the daily, and there's a 1 hour bear flag. I know you got that good ENPH. I want to short that
All right, cool.
off the daily candle.
Cool. Drop it in the chat, bro. I think you heard everybody just say something about my wife. I've been on here for what, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, like 2 hours and a half. But yeah, I appreciate everybody's kindness and I really appreciate Tracy and Rose for being very mindful that, you know, I do have a family. And I gotta go spend time over there too, because Rose could actually, I've been on a one-on-one with Rose from 12:30 and I think we got off at like, I can't even tell you the time that we got off. No, it was at 12 and I got off with her like around 1:30, right? And now you're able to, like anybody that does one-on-ones with me, now you're able to see what I'm talking about, where it's like, I gotta have time for myself, right? But yeah, what's it to, I bro, I don't wanna say your name wrong, bro. I think your knowledge is power. That's who you are, right? In the Discord. Okay, our cat caught your tongue now. But whatchamacallit, just drop what you just asked me. You could drop it in the general chat, bro, and just tag me and ask me that question again, bro. And when I'm done eating dinner and things of that nature, because I know my food getting hot. I say hot, my food definitely getting cold. Whatchamacallit, drop it in the general chat, bro. And as soon as I'm done doing whatever I'm doing with me and my wife, bro, and just eating, I definitely answer your question, bro. More than positive. But peace and love to everybody. Thank you for joining. Somebody said something in the chat. Let me just go see. Oh, my boy Tashabi. I can't say your name, bro. I'm not the best reader. Thanks, Moody. Great meeting. Yeah, absolutely, bro. But
We need
yeah,
our prayer, Moody.
huh?
We need our prayer from the top of our head to the soles of our feet.
Oh yeah. So before I leave here, may the Lord continue to bless us all from the crown of our heads to the sole of our feet. Remember to do something kind for somebody, even if you don't know them. Always remember to move out of love and, you know, and just protect your energy as well. You know, one thing that my spirit told me when I was meditating last night, and I'm gonna really go with it, is that everybody does not deserve to hear your story. Everybody also doesn't deserve your time, right? I know that may sound cruel, but you know, you never know with some, like, just because I'm genuine, I'm starting to understand that I could be helping my enemy. I could be helping somebody that's trying to distract me, right? And things of that nature. And just be mindful of other people's time, be mindful of the things that you're doing in life, and just move with positivity, you know, and move with love. And I see my boy Fry Daddy on here. What up, boy? What's up, Fry Daddy? Yeah, I'm about to be out of here, man. Love you all genuinely, and peace out.